The compensation cost for past usage, €900, and payment is due by October 1st, like I said. You must follow the law. The law says...
Glorious. Is it a lawsuit? Probably. Why not?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up. It's the Law with Attorney Larry Foreman. Folks, today I'm going to talk about one of the craziest things that has happened to me in the last few weeks. In the beginning of September, I believe it was on September 2nd to be precise, I received one of the craziest emails that I think I have ever received in my life. It was an email from a company called CopyTrack, and this is how the email read. Sent via email to larry@larryforemanlaw.com, which is our email. On September 2nd, 2025, authorization request, unauthorized image use, case number such and such. Dear Foreman and Associates, and by the way, it was sent to every single email they could find on my website, which is already a red flag. If you're trying to terrorize a company, send it to every single employee, so everybody starts getting worried because they don't know. Maybe we're all partners, they don't know if I have associates, paralegals, whatever. We, CopyTrack, are writing to inform you that our client, Raw F8, now, far be it from me, but if you're going to name a client, I don't think making it a porn star name / racing model something is appropriate here. But okay, RAWF8 is the name of their client, who has assigned us to monitoring and protection of licenses and image rights. You see, this whole thing with Charlie that I talked about yesterday, he's not alone. There are companies out there, and this is what appears to be a legitimate company, but I think their email was spoofed, and I will explain why. They're saying that on August 28th, we have been informed that Foreman and Associates is likely using an image without permission, and the client has exclusively commissioned us with the clarification and administration of the image rights for the territory of the Federal Republic of Germany. Okay, there's red flag number 2. When I read that first, I was a little spooked, and this is what they're counting on. They're counting on you to turn off your mental brain, and they want you to turn on your emotional brain, so you get triggered, you get, panic mode, logic goes to sleep, emotion wakes up, and now you're not thinking clearly, you're just like, okay, how do I make this go away? That's your first instinct. How do I make this go away? And that's where they want you. This is where a lot of scam artists call you about your tax return being rejected and you owe the feds money and they have a warrant. If anybody calls you on the phone and says they have a warrant for your arrest and they are the IRS, run. It's a scam. Okay, I don't know who out there needs to hear this, but they prey on the vulnerable, the elderly, senior citizens, people who have money and who may be very good targets for these kinds of scams. So here, as I was reading this, at first, it looked very legitimate. So I read on. Images are protected, blah, blah, blah. If you have a valid license to use this image on your website, by the way, an image that's been on my website for more than a decade, so why now? Why suddenly are you going to come after me 10 years later? What happened in the last 10 years? So again, that's like red flag number 3. And now the call to urgency. This is the most important piece, folks. If you ever see you need to respond by date, that is not less than 30 days, which is very common in demands. When you have a legitimate demand, you don't give a person 24, 48, 72 hours to respond, or even 10 days. You give them 30 days. When you have something legitimate, you want to give the person time to hire an attorney, to kind of get their facts straight, get their rights straight, have time to consult with an attorney, hire an attorney, or, pay if that's going to be your prerogative. If you realize hey, crap, I really screwed the pooch on this one, I should probably pay. They're using manipulative, time pressure, time sensitive tactics against you, and don't be fooled. Don't fall for it. 10 days is not common in the industry, not for Germany and not for the United States. The industry standard, like I said, is 30 days. So it goes on. You could be legally obligated to have to compensate our client for the damages caused by this copyright infringement. Okay, so me having an image on my website is damaging you. Possibly. I mean, maybe. It's your work product. You are entitled to compensation. Sure. But an image that's been on my website for over a decade and now suddenly you're coming out of the woodwork, I started scratching my chin. Like, what has happened? And once again, they indicate the rights holder, Raw F8, which again to me sounds, like I said, very, very raunchy and improper. The image was found, there's the link. And it's been online since January 26, 2021, which is a lie. It's been on there way longer since January 26, 2021. So then they say, okay, how do you resolve this? We have a portal. Just log in, enter your case ID, and give us money. The payment is due by October 1st, 2025. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm confused. Is my deadline September 12th or is my deadline October 1st? You know, and they give a couple of options. I can buy an image license valid for 1 year from the date of purchase. And by God, you bet I'm going to go on their calendar from that moment forward. And every year they're going to be like, hey, it's time to renew your license, bud. It's time to renew your license. And I'm just going to be a cash cow paying for nothing, right? But we still don't know. Is this legitimate? Is this not legitimate? Let's read on. The compensation cost for past usage, €900. And payment is due by October 1st, like I said. So my spidey sense is tingling. I'm already at what, 4, 5, 6 red flags here? Why is it that you're claiming I've used this image since January 26, 2021? So that's what, 4 years, almost 5 years? And you're only asking for €900? But then for 1 year of usage, it's going to be €978.09. Wouldn't it be 978 times 4 times 5 plus another year for future? None of this makes sense. So again, another red flag. We accept PayPal, credit card, bank transfer. I'm sure you do. And this is the most fascinating part. Remember, this email was sent on September 2nd, 2025. Not only that, they also sent a sister email to my case manager, all with completely different dates. This was sent via email on September the 12th now. They waited 10 days after they realized they're not going to get any response from me. And they sent it to Kelly now, my case manager, that this image has been used and accessed on August 28th now, and that we must respond no later than September 22nd. And the payment is due now suddenly by September 16th. So the date has been pushed up to, once again, scare you as much as possible. You know, September 12th now is the email date, and September 16th is the payment due by date, but September 22nd is the respond by date. Like I said, nothing is making sense. None of it makes sense. I have done my due diligence. I have done my research, and I have found this is a legitimate company with legitimate means, but for some reason, they are targeting people that have absolutely no bearing and haven't committed any violation of any copyright infringement at all, like myself. And I think they're going after low-hanging fruit, just trying to extract a few bucks from suckers out there. And unfortunately, they are barking up the wrong tree because I sent them an email stating that this is an image that I just found on the internet. Please leave me alone. And they said, no, you're obligated to pay this. And I just decided to screw with them, and I wrote unsubscribe. To which they replied, this does not relieve you from your obligation to make payment, which I found kind of hilarious. And then after receiving no reply from me, they tried one last ditch effort a couple of weeks ago, and they said, you must comply with payment. No threat of a lawsuit, nothing. Just you must comply, or else we will stop emailing you. So I failed to comply, and they stopped emailing me. Folks, watch out. There are so many scammers out there. I mean, I have been receiving almost on the daily, multiple times a day, this email, you may have seen it as well, confirmation of payment from like PayPal, or it's usually PayPal. Thank you for purchasing a Norton VIP software package. If there are any issues with your order, please let us know. I swear to you, I'm getting these on a daily basis, and it's all a scam. Avoid those. If you are ever in doubt, contact me. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel. Have you or someone you love been injured as a result of someone else's negligence? Or worse, you lost a loved one because of it? I am Attorney Larry Foreman, and myself and my team of trial lawyers are ready to fight for you and get you the maximum compensation allowable under the law. We know the system. We know how to win anywhere in the United States, 24 hours a day. Call 1-844-774-HURT. That's 1-844-774-HURT. And let's get you every dollar you deserve. Dial that number and buckle up. Let's win this ride. Contact some other attorney, somebody, to verify whether or not it's legitimate. And of course, do the basic thing. Check your bank records. They're usually very, very specific. They're saying that if you don't reply within 24 hours, we will process this payment of $454.72 on your PayPal account. Just sit tight for 24 hours, look at your PayPal statement. If the charge appears, well, then maybe it is something and you should contest it. I promise you, 99% of the time, they're just wanting you to call the number so they can lie to you, scam you, deceive you. And some people make better targets. I mean, my email and phone number are out there for the world to see, so very easily accessible, and you can find it pretty much anywhere. And I get these emails relentlessly. So folks, be careful out there. Like I said, if you're ever in doubt, just give me a shout. I'm not going to charge you. If I can help you just kind of answer a couple of questions, I'm not going to charge you anything. But for the most part, folks, there are a lot of scammers out there. So just watch your back, okay? Anyway, that's all I have to say about this. I wanted to thank every single one of you as always. I love all of you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.